Bienvenue mes amis, and welcome to another few minutes enjoying the French language. Today I want to do a really brief lesson on how do you make plurals in French. Okay, it's really pretty simple. There are just about 5 basic rules you need to understand and you'll be set. So let's take a look at those. Rule number 1. Nouns normally form their plurals in French by adding an S to the singular. Well, where have you heard this before? That's right, this is exactly like English. So you see that we have the word ami becoming ami with an S. Likewise, the female version of that, ami, also just add an S, ami. Now you will notice that when you add this S in French, while you can see it, you can't hear it. So if you're not reading, if you're listening to somebody speaking, well, how do you know if it's singular or plural? Well, you'll be able to tell that by the article that's being used. And we'll get into articles in another lesson. But that's how you tell. You can also tell sometimes from the context. But for now, just rest assured that the vast majority of words in French make their plural by adding the letter S. But not always. So let's look at those other rules that apply to the exceptions. The second rule, nouns ending in eau, au, or eu form the plural by adding not an s, but an x. So you have the word gâteau, which means cake, becoming gâteau with an x. You have the word tuyau, which means pipe, becoming the plural trio. And then you have the word feu, meaning fire, in the plural becoming feu. Again, you'll notice that you don't hear the difference between singular and plural. Okay, rule number 3. Nouns ending in S, X, or Z remain the same in the plural. So they're not going to change at all. Again, you'll have to tell the difference by context and by the sound of the article. So therefore, we have the word fils, which means son, S-O-N. In the plural, it's the same thing, fils. And we have the word voix in the singular, remaining the same in the plural, voix. It means voice. And then finally, we have the word nez, which means nose, becoming nez, looking exactly the same, noses in the plural. All right. Rule number 4. Nouns ending in al form the plural by replacing the al with aux. Now this time you're going to be able to hear a difference between the singular and the plural. Listen. The word journal becomes journaux. Newspaper, newspapers. Animal becomes animaux. Animal becomes animals. All right? So notice that AUX is pronounced O, journal, journaux, animal, animaux. All right, and finally, rule 5. Some nouns in French have irregular plural forms that just have to be memorized. And one example of that is the word aille, which in the plural is y. Aille means eye, like the eye on your face. And of course, y means eyes. Now you'll notice these look nothing alike. That's why it's called irregular, and this is a very irregular plural form. We have the irregular plural forms in English, none quite so stark as this, but we have, for example, the word child becoming children in the plural. So it's not something we don't have in English. Well, those are the 5 rules for forming plurals in French. Again, a lot of times you'll see it, but you won't hear it. But that's what makes the language exciting and fun and different, right? Okay, well, thank you for joining me for this lesson. And, I'll have some more for you a little bit later on. À plus tard, mes amis.